Have you ever found yourself paralyzed by indecision, torn between what you think you should do and what you truly want to do? In a world filled with endless choices and conflicting advice, making decisions can feel overwhelming. Imagine having a clear, internal compass that guides every choice you make, big or small. Picture yourself confidently navigating life's complexities, knowing that each decision is moving you closer to your ideal self and the life you truly desire. Did you know that the average adult makes about 35,000 remotely conscious decisions each day? That's a staggering number, and each one of these choices has the potential to shape our lives. But here's the exciting part. By aligning our decision-making process with our core values, we can transform this daily deluge of choices from a source of stress into a powerful tool for personal growth and fulfillment. Think about the last major decision you made. How did it make you feel? Was it accompanied by doubt and anxiety, or did it resonate with a deep sense of rightness? Now imagine approaching every decision with that same sense of clarity and purpose. This isn't a far-off dream. It's the reality for those who have mastered the art of value-aligned decision-making. Are you ready to unlock this superpower and revolutionize your approach to life's choices? Your journey to becoming a master of purposeful decision-making starts now. In our fast-paced, information-saturated world, many of us have lost touch with our internal guidance system. We make decisions based on external pressures, societal expectations, or fleeting emotions, often ignoring the quiet voice of our true values. The result is a life that looks good on paper, but feels hollow inside. We achieve goals that we think we should want, only to find ourselves unfulfilled and questioning our choices. Consider your recent decisions. How many were made out of fear, obligation, or the desire to please others? How often do you find yourself regretting your choices or feeling like you're living someone else's life? For many, the disconnect between their actions and their values has become so commonplace that they no longer recognize the dissonance. We go through life on autopilot, making choices that may be practical or socially acceptable, but that don't resonate with our deepest selves. The harsh truth is that this misalignment between our decisions and our values comes at a steep cost. It leads to a pervasive sense of dissatisfaction, increased stress, and a nagging feeling that we're somehow off track. In a world that often prioritizes external measures of success over internal fulfillment, this disconnection has become the norm rather than the exception. But at what cost to our happiness, our relationships, and our sense of purpose? The costs of making decisions misaligned with our values are far-reaching and often underestimated. In our professional lives, it can lead to career paths that look impressive, but leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled. We might achieve external success, but suffer from imposter syndrome or a constant sense of anxiety. The disconnect between our work and our values can lead to burnout, decreased productivity, and a loss of passion for what we do. On a personal level, the impact can be even more profound. Relationships may suffer as we make choices that don't reflect our true selves, leading to misunderstandings and a lack of genuine connection. We might find ourselves surrounded by people who don't truly know us or support our authentic selves. The emotional toll of constantly compromising our values can lead to anxiety, depression, and a deep-seated sense of dissatisfaction with life. Consider the story of John, a successful lawyer who realized he had pursued his career to please his parents, not because it aligned with his own values of creativity and freedom. Or Sarah, who stayed in an unfulfilling relationship because it seemed like the right thing to do, ignoring her core values of adventure and independence. These aren't isolated incidents. They represent the reality for many who haven't learned to align their decisions with their values. The question is, are you willing to pay this price in your own life? But here's the empowering truth. Making decisions aligned with your values is a skill that can be learned and mastered. The key lies in reconnecting with your core values and using them as a compass for every choice you make. It's about developing the self-awareness to recognize what truly matters to you and the courage to act on that knowledge, even when it goes against societal expectations or short-term comfort. Think of your values as the root system of a mighty tree. Just as strong roots provide stability and nourishment to a tree, allowing it to weather any storm, your core values provide a stable foundation for decision-making. By cultivating this deep connection to your values, you're not just avoiding regret and dissatisfaction, You're creating the conditions for authentic success and profound fulfillment in all areas of life. This is your moment of decision. Will you continue making choices based on external pressures and fleeting emotions? Or will you embrace a more intentional, values-driven approach to decision-making? The path to aligning your choices with your values isn't always easy, but the rewards are immeasurable. It's time to break free from the cycle of misaligned decisions and step into a future where every choice moves you closer to your truest, most fulfilled self. Are you ready to reclaim your power of choice? Let's start with 3 practical steps you can take today to begin your journey towards value-aligned decision-making. First, identify your core values. Set aside time for self-reflection. Ask yourself what principles are most important to you, what you stand for, and what gives your life meaning. Write these values down and keep them visible as a daily reminder. Remember, your values are your internal compass. Get to know them intimately. Second, practice mindful decision-making. Before making a choice, big or small, pause and ask yourself, does this align with my values? Create a habit of running your decisions through this filter. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but with practice, it will become second nature. Start with smaller decisions to build the habit, then apply it to larger life choices. Third, cultivate the courage to act on your values. Recognize that sometimes making value-aligned decisions might mean going against the grain or disappointing others. Develop a support system of people who understand and respect your values. Practice assertiveness in expressing your choices. Remember, every time you make a decision aligned with your values, you're strengthening your authentic self. Start implementing these steps today and watch as your life begins to transform. Imagine waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose and direction. You approach each decision, from what to eat for breakfast to major career moves, with confidence and clarity. Your choices no longer feel like a source of stress or anxiety, but rather an expression of your truest self. You find yourself naturally gravitating towards opportunities and relationships that align with your values, and gracefully declining those that don't. In your professional life, you're engaged in work that not only utilizes your skills, but also resonates with your core values. Your authentic approach attracts like-minded colleagues and clients, creating a fulfilling and supportive work environment. You're no longer chasing external markers of success, but instead finding deep satisfaction in the alignment between your work and your values. Your personal life reflects this newfound authenticity. Your relationships are deeper and more meaningful, built on genuine connections with people who appreciate your true self. You find joy in activities that truly matter to you, no longer wasting time on obligations that don't align with your values. The constant internal conflict you once felt has been replaced by a sense of peace and congruence. You feel more alive, more you than ever before. This is the power of value-aligned decision-making, and it's transforming every aspect of your existence. Making decisions aligned with your values is more than a strategy. It's a way of life that leads to authentic success and deep fulfillment. By using your core values as a guide for every choice, you're not just avoiding regret and dissatisfaction. You're actively creating a life that reflects your truest self. Your ability to make value-aligned decisions becomes your greatest strength, allowing you to navigate life's complexities with confidence and purpose. Remember, the goal isn't to make perfect decisions, but to make choices that honor who you are and what you stand for. Your task is not to live up to others' expectations, but to be true to yourself in every choice you make. This is the essence of value-aligned decision-making, and it's within your grasp. The power to transform your life lies in your commitment to making choices that reflect your authentic self. The time for change is now. Don't let another day pass feeling disconnected from your decisions or untrue to yourself. Embrace the power of value-aligned decision-making and step into a life of authenticity, purpose, and deep satisfaction. Your future self will thank you for the decision you make today. Are you ready to begin this transformative journey? The choice is yours, and a world of aligned, purposeful living awaits.